I have a new air filter. This box right here, let's do a little opening and testing. 1,500 miles. I left it at college for a week because I had spring break. I came back and it just didn't turn on. Woo, don't run into anything. Yeah, as you can see, I got a bit of skill here, huh? I've been slowly making progress towards cleaning up this garage to try to make it more usable because it's a nice big area that has lighting and electricity. Loosen, lightly, I'm gonna skip that. Oh, hey! I guess I'll give a little intro. I have the radio on, so hopefully you're not picking it up. I think I'll turn it down in a second. So, it is still May 22nd. This is something new I'm trying. I'm in the garage, doors closed, everything's lit up. It's a decent temperature. It was like up to 90 today actually, so it's still pretty warm. It's about, I think it's getting close to 10 p.m. A couple little things I want to do. First off, I have a new air filter for my zero-turn mower. Oh, I'll bring you over. Okay. Let's turn off the radio first. La la la, you can't hear it. La 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 la. Okay, you probably can't hear. Who is this? Nicki Minaj? Yeah. No. I do not have rights to that. Over here! The zero-turn mower. It's been sitting in here for quite some time. I don't know what was done to it. Something was done and a bolt was snapped off, so that's why it took so long. That bolt has been drilled out, tapped, put back in. Everything was put together. It started yesterday, but this filter here, I guess it looks like mice got to it. So we'll replace the filter and this little funky foam piece on the outside. That's step one. Next, which I might actually do first, because I'm kind of excited, this box right here, let's do a little opening and testing. It's actually my Onewheel. That's right, I have a Onewheel. And for those that don't know what a Onewheel is, it's kind of like an electric skateboard. You sit sideways, it replicates snowboarding, it's very smart. Uni-wheel? What's the other name? Mono-wheel, I believe. It has one central wheel, you ride it sideways, and I don't need to explain too much more. You'll see when and if I ride it, because I'm going to open it right now, and I really hope it works. I'll give a little background of what actually happened to it while I unbox it. I think I will be turning on this fan that is unplugged. Okay, I'll set you guys down and I'll try to get a little bit more organized here. Also, a couple other things I did today. I did record myself. Well, honestly, my dad did more of the work. He was, I think, just wanting to spectate and then decided to, honestly, I don't think he trusted me. Get you a little higher. So he helped me out with the brake job for that Kia. So now 3 out of the 4 are fairly, that's actually kind of peaceful and quiet. Fairly recently replaced. One of the rear brakes was replaced. My dad was guesstimating around November, so that would be about 6 months ago. Let's get to opening. Yes, so about 6 months ago, one brake was replaced. The other 3 have been replaced within this month, I believe. And that's pretty good. It'd make more sense to do it all at once, or at least rears at once and then fronts at once, which just about everyone else does, because that's, the way that makes the most sense. But my dad doesn't do things like that. It's just a matter of do it the cheapest way possible and most confusing, inconvenient way, hardest to keep track of, biggest pain in the rear end. So yes, finished up that brake job. Tomorrow, the plan is to hopefully try to remove, or I suppose disconnect, the plow on one of my aunt's old trucks that no longer runs and was kind of trashed. But I'm a little excited for this. But yes, I have previously owned this. I think I've had it for 2 years now. I think I got it beginning of May 2 years ago. I think I've kind of lost track. But, oh man, that's right, they put new rails on it. They actually didn't give me a choice at all whether I wanted that or not. Okay, let me complete the story. I put about 1,500 miles. I actually have the app so I can confirm once I start it up, if it starts up, which it should, by the way, obviously, hopefully. Oh, these are all the old things that they took off. At least they left that for me. 1,500 miles. I left it at college for a week because I had spring break. I came back and it just didn't turn on. I tried to look it up and it seemed like the cause was the battery just died. I don't want the background to be too terribly distracting with all the different... Anyway, sorry. Battery just died. I couldn't do anything about it. There's not really a way to repair it. That's not what Future Motion does. Future Motion being the company that actually makes the Onewheels. So I had a couple options. I could, one, ship it to California and spend $600 to get the battery replaced. Two, they had a limited time deal, which seems like a bit of a coincidence. I could turn in my Onewheel GT, working or not, they made sure to specify that, and get a $1,200 credit to buy their newest Onewheel GTS, which I believe had around the same top speed. It was the same frame and everything, so all the aftermarket stuff I bought I could slap right onto the new one. But it was $3,200, so I'd be paying $2,000 to get a brand new, top of the line for this company Onewheel and turn in my old one. But I kind of like this one, and I didn't really need the upgrade. All it was more torque. So as you're, leaning forward to get more speed, it would be able to keep you upright more, and it would be a little bit better for off-road. But top speed, which I would probably use the most because I don't go off-road too often. It's more of like a commute back and forth, especially while I'm at school. I didn't really want to spend $2,000. I also didn't really have $2,000 or a reason to get a new one. Third option was actually, there was this other company. I don't remember the name. I haven't looked at them for a while, but they actually have a lot of, I don't know if, I can't call it aftermarket support, but they have, you can fix it on your own. What's it called? Right to repair. Yeah, they basically provided like, oh, if you want to buy a new battery, you can do that right on their website and fix it yourself. So they were a competitor to Future Motion that makes the Onewheel. A brand new one, which seemed to have better specs than even the GTS, the brand new one from Future Motion that I could have spent $2,000 to get. It would have better torque, higher top speed. I don't recall about battery life, but I imagine it was at least comparable. And I would be able to work on it myself. And I'd be able to keep this old board and eventually be able to ship it off anyway and get that fixed so I could swap back and forth if I really wanted to. I ended up just replacing the battery. It was the cheapest option. It kind of made the most sense. I'd at least still have my board with all of my modifications that I bought. Anyway, that's enough yapping. Let's get to unboxing and actually trying to ride it. Huh. So I got a little handle here. It's about 40 pounds. I'll get all my boxes out of the way because I might end up using these again in the future. And it has been a while since I've ridden a Onewheel. This happened beginning of March. It's now towards the end of May. March, April, May. It's been close to 3 months. That's out of the way-ish enough for now to at least see if she turns on. So I got an aftermarket wheel here too. Oh, and it's on! It's like a little less than half on the battery. I'm going to open the app to actually figure out how many miles I have on this. Connect to Garrette is what I named it. It's kind of funny. 1,472 miles. So just about 1,500. Okay, I ride goofy-footed. If you don't know what that means, the normal way is people put their left foot forward. I put my right foot forward. Oh, boy. I think the tire's a little bit more inflated than what I normally use. Woo, don't run into anything. Yeah, as you can see, I got a bit of skill here, huh? So I shipped it in. How you dismount, if you're curious. There's 2 sensors in the front foot pad. You just deactivate one of them while you're going less than 4 miles an hour. I will not be riding this today outside because it's dark and I don't really want to because I have other things I want to do, but I'm glad this works. So I figured I'd at least record my little trip back. Hopefully I don't fall. It's been a little while. Made it home, fun little ride. Thanks for joining. Bye-bye. Shipped it there. The $600 covers the shipping, the battery repair, and any labor, so that was nice. But they look at it, they do a review, and they say, oh, so your rails, they're not up to spec. That'll be $93. Thank you very much. And it seems like I had no choice. I knew they were bad. It wasn't bad enough where it wasn't rideable, but there was like some corrosion because I ride it during the winter, and obviously I don't like clean it off perfectly because I use it daily. Anywho, my original plan, before the battery mysteriously stopped working, was they have these aftermarket rails, but they're hundreds of dollars, so there was no way I could justify getting a new set of rails. It would be nice, but it doesn't really add enough, and I've never ridden with aftermarket rails, so I don't know what it adds. So again, I couldn't justify it. But after mine were bad enough, I was just gonna get brand new aftermarket rails that would supposedly improve the ride quality or something like that, change it some sort of way. But yeah, I guess I'm back to the OGs. I used to have little plastic covers here, but I don't mind at all that they're gone. It does kind of suck because the factory color is like this weird green, and I have a yellow, I think they call them fenders, but they're basically just the things that drag because obviously it has one wheel. Huh, that's why it's called a one wheel. So the green is not going to look very good with my red and yellow color combo. I even have orange, they call them flight fins. Basically little rubber pieces that you can tuck your feet underneath and you can jump with the board. It's pretty cool. I didn't use it too much. When I first got them, I played around, but the second time I got around to putting them on, I didn't use them too much because at that point I was just kind of commuting back and forth or whatever. I think I'll stop the video here to kind of have a break. I'll go over to the mower, I'll plug this in, charge it, maybe play around for tomorrow. They actually even gave me a new front foot pad because apparently there was a recall, I believe. They still call it a recall. I actually ended up buying a new foot pad back when there was this supposed recall because it just wasn't working well. They took my new foot pad that I replaced, that I left on the board, and replaced it with a brand new one, so I now no longer have a secondary working one. But it doesn't really matter because this was free. I don't know. I get new rails that I didn't have a choice of purchasing. I get a new foot pad, but they took my old foot pad that worked fine, and they replaced the battery. And I believe that's it. Everything else looks the same as I left it. I've seen a couple videos of people looking over and taking apart their board where they actually used a couple weird screws that aren't original to the board. Looks like they put in brand new whatever these bolts are called, but they're kind of a pain because you need a specific tool. It's like a TF45. So instead of just like a normal Torx bit, Torx Plus, so I think it's TP. Anyway, they're just a little bit thicker, so if you don't have the exact tool, it's very easy to strip these. Anywho, okay, I'll stop the recording. Alright, I'm back for the mower. I don't know where to put ya. Ooh, that looked good. Okay, so I've been slowly working towards trying to clean up. Oh my goodness. Man, my fingers are so like torn up and numb and sore from doing all these random projects. I've been slowly making progress towards cleaning up this garage to try to make it more usable because it's a nice big area that has lighting and electricity that would be really nice to like at least walk around in. You just tie this off? Okay. So I'm not even 100% sure if this fits. I should mention that. This is the top of that filter once we get there. So I will be gentle tearing this box open because there's a decent chance I will be returning it. This is a Kohler command engine. There's another box of perhaps the previous filter that is a Kohler command 22, meaning 22 horsepower. So this filter should fit it, but that's a very strong should, because I'm not 100% confident. I kind of just looked around on Google, and the image I had of the old filter box, again, trying to keep this not torn to pieces. Even if this does fit, it's kind of nice to keep it for next time, if there is a next time when we have to get this. Okay, it is out. Put it there for now. Directions: loosen, lightly, I'm gonna skip that. Install new one, the same position. Replace air, blah blah blah, with the nut. Reconnect. Why does it say reconnect spark plug wires? I do not see anywhere where it says to disconnect them in the first place, and there's no reason to disconnect them putting this on. Maybe that's just for the select few that don't have their spark plug wires plugged in for some reason. So yeah, I've been slowly making progress towards trying to clean up this little garage out here, but it's been a bit of a process. It looks like a good fit so far. Been a bit of a process trying to figure out what to move, order of operation, weird little things like that. Ooh, that just pops right out. And hopefully pops right into the new one. I don't think there is a top and bottom, because the directions did not say anything directional. Ooh, that seems like a pretty solid fit. Okay, and then this just thrown over the top. I'll remove, I assume this is the wing nut they're talking about here. Put this on nice and gentle for whatever reason. This just goes around. This is supposed to be coated in oil, because it's like one of those filters. But I think it's completely fine if I skip this for now. I definitely don't plan on starting this tonight, because I don't think it's as simple as just turning the key on this. I'm pretty sure I'm going to need, like, what do you call that? Not carb starter, but start something. Okay, that's on. I'll put the wing nut on. No, this goes over top. Nope, that's another one. Okay. This does go on first, tight as I can get by hand, because that's how it previously was. Try to make sure it's compressed all the way around. Looking good. Give it a couple good turns with my numb fingertips. Ooh, there we go. And I don't know orientation of this little doohickey that goes on next. I think it's this way. Nope, because there's an opening there. So I think it's this way. Same little screw onto that thing. Yeah, that doesn't feel right so far. Maybe I just need to push down. There's a little arrow on here too, but I'm almost thinking, okay, this doesn't want to cooperate. I'll take a seat. Is it working now? Doesn't really feel like it's going down. Okay, what's the dealio? Ah, there we go. I did a little wiggle while holding the actual screwing mechanism. Anyway, the arrow on here, I'm kind of assuming it's just supposed to point forwards once it's fully tight. Oh, it likes to get tight pointing backwards, so yeah, I'll get that straight as I can pointing backwards. That's on there. Yeah, good old out with the old, in with the new. But that does seem to fit, which is very good. That's kind of all I had planned for tonight out here. Might do a little bit more moving stuff around, especially because I got this new box here. I think I'm going to bring it up into the attic. But I am sweating a little bit, because it is still kind of hot and definitely humid. But I might do a little tiny itsy bitsy time lapse of maybe doing a little cleaning in here. I'll cut it off here, bring the box upstairs, and if there's more, there's more. If not, I decided not to, I suppose. Yeah. Good way to wrap up a Friday. It's Wednesday. Cut that out. Editor, cut that out.